Oh, yeah. The yes, yes, you don't stop. Big John come rocking a short shot. Welcome back, everybody. Corked Stats. Fastest freaking show in MLB. Absolutely anyway. What you homeboy? Joe fucking boy. Yo, Big Johnny Stud back up in the chair as always. Brooklyn, New York, as always. Represent. I am not feeling so great. Throat is a little scratchy. Maybe it's from all the hooting and hollering from all the damn winning we've been doing. Let's fucking go, man. Remember, baseball's version of 300. Give the book nothing. Take from that bitch everything. It ain't madness, baby.
This is Sparta!
Damn right, Leonidas. Using them to cover up for some drick, man. I'm telling you, I'm struggling right now. Good to see everybody up in the comments. Mi gente, buen dia, B Rose and JBE. I mean, C Daddy and Sam. Did anybody not cash yesterday? We were kicking the ass. The one under we missed too was bullshit. Always these fucking unearned runs and shit. Though totals are so hairy right now. We're doing so good on sides, which it makes sense, right? We have these question marks about the ball and the weather, which really affect totals. Where any adjustments are blanket adjustments in the game. So I'm gonna still do our thing, but really be focusing more on the wins and then the hit and run ribby when I'm looking for offense. I think that's been really profitable, and I think I'm going to stick with what works. Follow me up on Twitter at John Legaza Flow, sharpening the damn razor. Same handle over on Substack, where $2 a week makes your fucking dreams come true. 5 pounds of shit in a 2-pound box. Plus the football is rocking and rolling right now. I'm starting to get those requests for the sheets. Check it out. The team level data, the differentials and shit. Plus we're doing projections for every slate, optimal 150s, plus reception ladders and shit. We're going to get all the audio and the video and stuff. I cannot wait. Love the foosball. Little Tecmo Bowl drop. Nothing wrong with that shit. Rock on. Enough of that shit. More of this. Best part of waking up. Pitching sheets up in the mug. 15 games today. We got one early in the afternoon. Dylan stop, cease, and desist against Logan the Web Slinger. That one was at a 6.5 total, so I don't know. I wouldn't be getting too cute. They're both at even money. I like the Giant offense better than I like Toronto's, but I like Cease better than I like Webb. Also, you can't really bet on the Giants bullpen right now. I would probably just leave this one alone. You know what it feels like? Maybe like a live over. 6.5 is entirely... You can't go under 6.5. All right, so let's just get into the next one. I'm going to start with the board and try and be a little quicker today. Again, my throat is on fire. I don't think I'm sick. It feels like allergy shit, or just from hooting and hollering. Colin Rea and the Baby Bears, plus 108 dog there on the road in Baltimore to face MLB Dreams guy, Dean Krispy Kremer. He's back. Creamer, it's funny. I think it's partly my fault. Right? We kind of treated this guy as like a nothing burger. And he's actually been pretty good. Again, shout out my guy Dream for at one point, like in the DMs, like, dude, with the elbow, like, dude, can we give this guy put some respect on his name? He's been especially good in that building at points. And really good so far this year. Unlike Colin Rea, who I do like, has really struggled. I don't know if Rea is still banged up or what's going on. He's been pitching batting practice, so I'd be getting away from Rea. And we like Baltimore against righties or all those lefties. Again, Krispy Kremer as a starter. Remember, these are as starter numbers. The home and away stuff is totals. But I really think we want to be looking at starter opposed to reliever. You'll notice there's difference in velocity and... because effort load and arsenal and stuff, everything's a little bit different. Kremer really is a starter, but I think he might have a relief appearance anyway. He's been fucking fantastic, 26 KBB, almost a 31 CSW, winning in zone now. He's been a little bit lucky working up. I guess, I don't know, which is 5 homers, 17 innings. Maybe he's not that lucky. But man, 42 fly ball, 60 pull, 12 barrel, you're pushing the limits. That's a little bit out of character. And again, the 17 inning sample, we want to be a little bit weary of. The thing that I noticed with, Krispy Kreme, you know what? Oh man, shame on me. Shout out whoever brought it up. I fucking forgot. But if you notice today, all the spreadsheet degens, I added a little contextual layer to the home and road stuff. We used to just have ERA. That is just lacking a little bit too much context for me. Initially, someone asked it. I have them on the same kind of data set. So I think ERA, WHIP, and KBB is pretty solid. I would love Sierra. I just don't have it right there. I got to be fair, with the give and take of the time spent. But I could do Whip and KBB no problem. And again, adds that little layer. Kramer's been a fucking monster in that building, bro. Monster in that building. So hard not to like Baltimore. I think the price is probably fair. The Cubs offense has been better than the Orioles last 2 weeks, but we've seen like a little bit of degradation, right? Cubs, oh, man, where did they play? I feel like they played somewhere nuts. They playing, it might have just been nutty wind at Wrigley. Or like the 25-run game, right? Like that shit kind of screws stuff up. Cubs offense is good. They're not great. It's the Baltimore offense we're kind of waiting to get up off the mat. Oh, yes. Maybe it happens against fucking Rhea again, who has been good. I don't trust the Cubs bullpen as far as I could throw them either. I guess they've pitched okay, but what are you calling them, mediocre? It's the Orioles bullpen that's really been the nice surprise. Fucking Taylor Wells is killing it right now. And what Batista's gonna be back soon. So I was like, holy shit, blast from the fucking past. They said he looks phenomenal. So we haven't seen him for a little bit. Reinsert him into that bullpen, right, with the Yankees, kind of sucking right now. Man, Orioles really pulling up the caboose, but Jays, Red Sox, and Orioles all within like one game. 41, 42, and 43 wins at this point is basically a tie. Behind Yankees and Rays at 50 and 53, you could easily see that come back to earth, especially if we're really buying the Rays as this kind of team. I'm not. I think they're good, and they're probably rightfully in first place, but I think we're going to see a really ridiculous race in the AL East. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're set up for a great fucking baseball season. So, yeah, I think for me it's Baltimore. Right, we trust them early, we trust them late. I think we have the edge both ways. I want to jump on the price before it gets too crazy. Okay, let me get the timer going. Next up, Jeffrey Poland Springs on the bump for the Atleticos, plus 135 dog on the road down in Detroit Rock City to face my boy, the Iceman, Troy Melton, and the Tigres down in 8 Mile, minus 163 with the wind blowing in. And yeah, I hear you barking, dog. I'd probably just be looking to pair Detroit with somebody. We got a massive fucking mismatch here. Melton is the prince that was promised. We've been waiting for this guy for a while. He's looking really sharp, and I think we're going to get better as we go. Now, we'd like to see some more of the disciplinary stuff kind of tick up. I don't know, maybe I'm granting him a little bit of a pass. I was just watching him work, and it was fucking awesome. Damn, now I was trying to avoid getting under the hood today and doing any of the mechanics, but I talked that shit about Melton, and the underpinning stuff doesn't really match the outputs, and I don't like to leave that there, those kind of question marks. Yeah, underneath is looking really solid. He's got a good extension profile. He gets good spin, but also great disparity from max spin to min spin. He's got a really good disparity between top velo and bottom velo, 10 miles an hour between the four-seamer and the slider. He can get whiffs on the four-seamer. We know you like that. I think he's even been a little bit, unlucky on a few of these pitches too. Really good whiff, 30 whiff on the slider and the cutter. Slider and the splitter. Cutter not far behind at 26.5. So he's got different ways that he can go. He has that splitter in the back pocket for lefties, which is always something that I like. Right, we really want that out pitch too. Lefties, and then he even has a curveball that he'll use sometimes as a put-away pitch. So there's really like a deep arsenal. Again, I think, man, maybe I have to be careful watching these broadcasts, but I'm really into Melton. Springs is the guy, of course, we're going to worry about, always working up in the zone. I guess he's going to be a little bit better on the road. Let's scan over to there. And yeah, again, pitching in Sacramento is a nightmare for a guy with his kind of stylistics. But he's got a 10 ERA, 6.16 expected, 5.29 Sierra, single-digit KBB. I just think the pitching matchup is like so firmly in the side of Detroit. They've hit lefties for power. Well, it's funny. I mean, home runs without power, extra base hits without chase, and hard hit stuff will take. I tend to think the A's offense is better kind of in a vacuum, but they're missing so many pieces that, you're seeing that manifest versus righties last 2 weeks. They're just not doing anything. 569 OPS for the A's. Detroit is the much better bullpen. And I'm not paying minus 63 for anybody, but it does make sense. Look for Detroit in the pairing. Again, I'm gonna steer into our strength. Right now, we are so hot on money lines that it's really totals that have been kind of holding us back. I want to, let the fucking bird fly, man. Let's flourish. Next up, Grant Holmes on the bump for the Bravos. Even money on the road against Jared Jones and the fucking Pirates. What? 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 So, I don't know. I'm all over this one. I'd be expecting you fucking scoundrels to be shoving this line. A lot of times when we get this kind of difference on the line, we start to get the moves. Hasn't happened yet. You can get Pittsburgh minus 118. That is like the fucking smash-a-rooney for me. I know, whatever. People are, he has a 5.28 ERA, Jared Jones. I mean, I don't give a fuck. We had the struggles out of the box. We know we have the big-time arm talent. All the swing is misses there. And I think he's been better as of late, hasn't he? He's been much better of late. Again, ERA is stupid, right? ERA is stupid. 376 expected, 379 Sierra, 17 KBB last 30 with the arm talent against a Braves offense I don't like, and a Pittsburgh offense that's hitting against Holmes, who I don't like really at all. I think it's been really ugly for Holmes. He's walking too many guys. And he doesn't have that put-away stuff. Single-digit KBB, right around 20% K, and the misses have gotten really crushed. I just don't see this the way the books are right now. Tremendous difference in offense. Last 2 weeks versus righties. Pittsburgh doing all the damn things. Yeah, a little bit of strikeouts, but they are taking walks. The chase rate not terrible, so they're going to let Holmes offer the free passes that he's been doing. And then after that, Pirates just fucking crushing right now. Braves offense is whack, right? Just what it is. They've lost a bunch of pieces, and they haven't been good on top of it. Last 7, they've been okay. But again, crazy chase rate and some swing and miss. I think that's how you get in trouble against Jones. Pirates also have maybe the bullpen right now. I think the Braves bullpen is the better bullpen. So maybe I like it F5. If we can get something kind of comparable, given that we haven't seen a lot of action on the price, I'm assuming. It's minus 135, so to see the difference. So now I'd rather just go to full game. Give me Pitt on the full game. Hold on, I've been forgetting to mark my show sheet. So we had Baltimore and the win. We have Detroit and the win, but I got a pair. And we got Pittsburgh and the win. I guess I'm a little bit of a chalk donkey, but someone's got to win. Next up, the pickle, George Kirby on the bump for the M's, leaving the PN dub as minus 131. Favorites on the road against Tyler Phillips and the Miami Marlins. Marlins plus 109. I mean, not to bury the lead. You can see it up on the board. I've got the Marlins to win this one outright. I even went and double-checked, and I don't know. Marlins are a fucking wagon right now. Marlins are a fucking wagon. Let's go to the videotape and see what we can see. Yeah, we like Kirby, of course. And Phillips has been, well, I'm going to do the air quotes, atrocious as a starter. So Kirby first. Just what you think you're going to get. Elite command and control. He's not going to offer free passes. Definitely lacking in strikeouts. But you do get a lot of hard hit ground balls. That's just always been the case. Continues to be the case. And I guess he's been okay on the road. Again, it's like palatable. He's just always playing the BABIP game. Now, Phillips, this is the thing that I wanted to bring up because when I went to go look, it just really threw me off, but check it out. So Phillips, one, I think he's a very talented pitcher, and I was trying to grant him the grace of making the move from the bullpen. You have to, there's a little bit of wonkiness that goes into that. I think the Marlins did a good job of stretching him out. He multiple innings, there was got to be fucking 8 or 10 appearances where it's like 2 innings, 2 and a third, 3, right? So they're kind of working them up. Batters face 10, 12, 13. Then it starts to elevate. They let him finish 5. That was as a starter. He's got good outings. Also, there's one where he followed, went 5 shutout in this one. The only one in the last 8 that he didn't start, and he was very good. So that's a bit of the nuance that's being missed. He got crushed at Philly. He got crushed at the A's. 1, 2 really good offenses, and they're both really tough places to pitch. Outside of that, Phillips has a couple of money fucking starts. You know what I'm saying? He was really good against Texas. He went 7 and a third against a good Cardinals team. gave up just 2, 1 homer, walked 0. And on the season, remember I mentioned at the outset that the home road stuff was, in totality, he's been unhittable in that building. So I think we have there's like a little bit of a sneak tip here where I think the market is a little cold on the Phillips that I'm seeing. And if you could see where I'm going, once you start to normalize the pitching at all, Marlins have the clearest of offensive edges. The Mariners' offense is ass without J-Rod. Marlins' offense is fucking big, dick swinging player status right now. It's swinging past the knees. It's ridiculous, man. And the Marlins bullpen has been really good. The ERA spiked a little bit the last couple days. It's not in line with all the underpinning stuff, even in the small sample, and then to ignore the whole larger sample is a little weak. Mariners bullpen is the one I'd be more worried about because they're fucking walking guys. Listen, if you get Munoz the ball up 1, you're pretty confident he's going to slam the fucking door. But the Mariners are not like, when you think George Kirby Mariners, I get it. You're thinking kind of favorite. This almost feels like a bit of a sharp play. I think I'm going to go with the Marlins for the outright win at the plus money. I don't know if that's going to be a popular pick. Probably not today. But we'll see. I want to go with what works. Next up, my boy Garrett Cole in the bump for the bad guys. Yankees leaving the boogie down Bronx as plus 108 dogs heading down to sunny Florida to face Sugar Shane Mack and the flat fucking fish, man. Rays, as a minus 130 dog. It's funny. It's like the Yankees weren't wearing pinstripes, the Rays would probably be like a minus 170 favorite in this game. McClanahan has been fantastic, unhittable in that building. Cole has yet to really hit his stride. The underpinning stuff is okay. He's not a gas can. But. Hold up. Wait a minute. It's ugly, man. Where is the swing and miss? This is Garrett Cole we're talking about. The velo is there. 7.7% swing strike rate for Garrett Cole with the ball up in the air. The home runs are no problem. 91 zone contact. As my guy Kyle in Toast would say, he's not winning in zone. This is not the Garrett Cole that we're used to. Meanwhile, Sugar Shane doing all the stuffs and all the fucking things. Yankees offense is atrocious right now. They cannot hit anyone. They're not hitting lefties. They're striking out like crazy. I think I even saw New York Yankees broke a team record, which again, not to glaze the Yankees. It's a long history. Team record for most strikeouts in a 2-game span. This team sucks ass. They're the fucking worst, man. So I think it's Mac over Cole. It's, Rays offense over Yankees. Listen, they're hitting for fucking power. You want to feed Junior Caminero fucking fastballs right now? You do that shit. I'm not doing that shit. You do that shit. One saving grace has been the Yankees pen. They've been very good. So if you're not buying what I'm selling on Sugar Shane, you probably want to be on the under, except that it's 7.5, which is entirely too fucking low. I think the Rays win. I just don't see this Yankee team beating. They're not going to beat anybody right now. They're not beating anybody right now. It is a fucking disaster out there. Next up, Spencer Arrighetti Meatballs. He's on the bump for the Stros. 113 dog down in the nation's capital to face the Winged Lion, Foster Griffin, and the Nacionals. I don't know how this one is a fucking minus 136. We're going to get smoked today, boys. Can't be fucking too confident. Again, you know me, I'm not arrogant. You got to toe the line of arrogance and confidence. Here's a good lesson. Incoming message for all my youngsters out there, Okay, it's almost like being serious while having fun. Our work is as serious as a fucking heart attack, but we also act like fucking goofballs. I mean, not many people are telling prolapsed anus jokes while they're, talking about fucking induced vertical break. It's not much of that out there. So the same kind of happens with confidence and arrogance, like bravery and stupidity. There's very thin lines of these things, and the key is to push the line, knowing that you've hopefully surrounded yourself with good enough people to pull you back. Meaning you can't ever not let yourself ever go near the line of arrogance because you'll never know where the buffer is with confidence. So you got to be confident, chin up, but you can't be arrogant. And then hopefully, I use you people and you use me, right? The way that we speak about these things. Never being too sure. Oh, no, no, no. Me and my, like, fucking Vegas Dave, my pink handbag standing in front of a fucking private jet I don't own. 7 million unit fucking mega whale block. Whatever. But yeah, you want to be confident. You want to be brave. But you also, right, again, you don't want to be talking shit because that's who gets served. But yeah, I don't really get this line. I think we've got the edge every way. Plus, Houston has the bullpen emoji. And it's bad, too. Hader, 3 of 4, 52 pitches. I don't think he's available. King, 3 of 4, 43. He might not be available. And then Oker, De Los Santos. You might not get De Los Santos for the third day in a row. This Houston bullpen is on the fucking rocks. They're in a massive amount of trouble today. I don't know where they're getting any kind of critical outs. Arrighetti hasn't been good. Foster's been good. The Nats' offense is significantly better than the Astros as well. I don't understand what's going on. Foster Griffin, 2.87 ERA, 104 whip. Even if you're not buying that on its face, all the indicators are 4 or below. Elite command and control. You get the ground balls. Some misses have gotten punished. And I guess that's part of the fucking game. But he's been elite at fucking home. He's been very good the last 30 days. The best he's been has been the last 30 days. But Arrighetti, I mean, he's improved a little bit from a tough start, but he hasn't figured out shit on the road. And you think he's going to go in there and shove the fucking Nats the way they're hitting right now? I ain't buying that shit. Nats offense, one of the best in the league, last 2 weeks versus righties, top 3 across the board. Homers, average, OBP, slug, OPS, ISO, fly ball, hard hit, xWOBA at 345 implies like 5.5 fucking runs. I mean, is Houston even hitting lefties right now? Nope. At all, man. Survey says. Astros have fucking 12 extra base hits in the last 30 days, 240 plate appearances against lefties, batting average below the Mendoza line. 303 expected WOBA to contact. I don't understand the fucking line. The Nats bullpen is dripping, sweaty, crusty, swamp ass. The worst, like, carnival stickiness that you could fucking think of. But that's why we have F5s. Could Foster, I mean, I see here I was talking shit. Could Foster Griffin really be taking, like, massive fucking love to the F5? No, but you know what did happen? Since we posted, the line did shift towards Washington. So that one is, shit, minus 145 both ways. Damn, I don't like to pay minus 145 straight. And I don't like to bet the Washington full game. And I usually don't pair F5s because of the push. But Washington and Detroit is a nice pairing. I don't know if I got to grab the fucking C.O. Jones, man, that Calcs to bet Washington to win. I mean, I've got them by an easy clear. I have, like, Washington for a potential kind of run line play here. But, all right, we'll see. We'll see later on. Next up, Stephen Kolak, although I think they might open for him. Right, I think I saw Cruz. It depends where you look. So, again, this is a fucking disaster. Kolak's on the bump for the Royals. They were on the road against the Mets. I like Christian Scott. However, I'm just avoiding this one. The bullpens are wrecked. There's a million runs. Both defenses are fucking ass. You can see the bullpens both have the emoji. The Mets, everybody's fucking taxed. The entire bullpen is gone. The Royals bullpen, everybody's gone. And they're terrible. Sorry, actually, let me walk that back. Lang, the one guy you might want, is rested. Okay. So there's one quality inning, perhaps. Even he's had his complete meltdowns. I think the last look at that. We're going to tie in a point about the Cubs before. Lang came in that 25-run game that the Cubs played in, and he gave up like 4 or 5, in mop-up. So, first of all, you don't usually see closers getting brought in to mop it up. Well, he got fucking mopped up. So, I'm going to just leave this one alone. I'm going to leave this one. Model is right on the totals. Sorry, this should actually not be a 4. That should be a 5. Yeah, it is what the fuck it is. I like Scott. I think the Mets are going to win. I'm not paying minus 150 for these fucking Mets. You're out of your mind if you're doing that shit. Next up, this is funny. I thought I was getting trolled. It's Chuck King on the bump for the Phillies. He'll be chucking the ball on the mound as a plus 118 dog down in Cincinnati to face Chase Burns. C. Montgomery Burns. Excellent. And the Redlegs. Ooh, this is the pair I would prefer with Detroit. Because, right, Washington, I don't trust that bullpen as far as I could toss him. I am a little surprised at this line. I don't like to pay juice. I don't recommend paying juice. Holy crap, there's a million fucking comments. Holy shit. This line is really fucking out there. Chase Burns over Chuck King. Now, again, people, I was a minute late today because I go and try and provide the best possible information all the time, right? Win or lose, rain or shine, 7 days a week, I'm here for you. Getting some of these, the detailed AAA stuff could be a little bit difficult. Some of it I have to fucking hand mine. I hate to even admit that I have to do that, but it's true. That said, I went and got you the best that I could get you on Chuck King, right? I mark it AAA so you could see what the deal is. He pitched on regular rest 5 days ago. Can anybody guess how many runs Chuck King gave up to earn this promotion? The answer is 7. 7 runs. So he's coming up in the worst possible situation against the Reds, against like a legit bona fide ace. Again, I just don't get it. I don't get it. Chase Burns is fucking awesome. We know that. You totally back him. However you want to take Cincinnati, this is a good spot for the blend bets. I don't want to go over it again. We're making good time. Making good time, kids. If I get a second at the end, I'll circle back. Again, I just don't get it. So like I was saying, digging through the King stuff, you see a little bit of it. Single digit swinging strike, 48 first strike, 25 first chase. That's in the minor leagues. This guy's fucked. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like shocked here. I really am. And Burns is unhittable in the first place. He's been unhittable at the crib. I don't get it. I don't get it. Philly's offense has been like okay. You know what I mean? I'll give him respect where it's due. But to just be okay, and again, where are the flaws in the Phillies game right now? I have them highlighted. It's all the disciplinary stuff, which is not what you want to be bad at against Burns. I think they're outmatched, and I think that's okay. The Reds' offense has not been good, and I guess I understand that. L7 is about as bad as it gets. I'm still not sure I care. Phillies' bullpen is also kind of hiccuping a little bit. I do think they're talented and the better pen, but I still just can't wrap my mind around this. Maybe Cincy and Washington is the Spider-Man GIF here, where they're both like really strong F5s that we don't feel great about as far as the full game goes. Although, again, I'm a pussy. Anybody could fucking win. Any of these ass bullpens can come out and start fucking shoving. Now, what's funny is MGM, which has been great to me, doesn't even have the F5 listed in this game. Oh, it's because of the King stuff. Okay, I wasn't thinking. I'm stupid. So yeah, I got the Reds for the cover. Plus 140. Oh, you got to do the blend thing, man. All right, got to remember to do the blend thing. The Reds are a perfect example for this. That's the craziest part of the line, which is crazy in the first place, is that you're getting 100 cents for the run line. I mean, I know the Reds bullpen is like a thing. We're making it too much of a thing. Burns go out and just absolutely fucking shove. This guy King could get his fucking ass reamed. Where are the Phillies going to get all these innings from? I don't know. I don't get this one. All right, I gotta move on. Probably give myself a fucking aneurysm. Next up, my boy Ciccone, Slade Ciccone, that is. Paisan on the bump for the Guardians, though. My boy let us down. I thought he was going to be I kind of fell into the fantasy trap. There were some, kind of smart people pushing Ciccone as a potential kind of breakout. It's a good place to learn to pitch, Cleveland. However, yeah, that was not a correct answer. He's on the road as a plus 108 dog with the Guards against Connor Prelip and the Twins. Minus 130. Yep, you can put it on the board. You will be betting this one if this is around minus 130 also. Twins. Wow, okay, this would be like the show title if I had a producer. Also, again, I almost stopped on the rake to be like, Twins. Twins bullpen is worse than all the bad bullpen, right? Of all the bad bullpens, the Twins bullpen might be the worst. But, man, I still think they win at minus 135. The Guards' offense is ass. I don't think Ciccone is really any good. And I tend to really like Prelip. Again, you see the inflated ERA and you see the inflated whip on the season. And I think sometimes with these youngsters in smaller samples, it's easier to step into the trap of like, oh, he's not good. Where I think maybe it takes that little bit of a, that fucking hairy eyeball. Prelip has been just insanely unlucky. 59 left on base, 322 BABIP is not enough to cover up at all, even for a single digit homer to fly ball. I mean, this has got to correct for this young man, and he's been awesome at the crib, in spite of everything. So just be careful with this, like, running after the surface stuff again. Leave that to the fucking filter queen. The four seamer is okay. Maybe I'd like to see him throw it a little bit less, but I love the combination. The slider curve combo is fucking filthy. He can throw it to either-handed hitter. They both get mega whiffs. I mean, curveball 37 whiff with a 239 X-lug. We're talking about one of the better pitchers in Major League Baseball. Just keep the light on for Connor Prelip. I think he's really good. Former second-round pick. He's only 25. This is his first taste of the major. So, I'm giving him grace. I think they shove. And then once we get into that part of the analysis, are we even comparing these two offenses? I don't think you can. Cleveland is bad and even worse versus lefties. This is horrendous. They're batting 162 last 30 days versus lefties, 325 plate appearances of yuck. Good, a 218 slug. I thought that number was incorrect. You're going to be hard pressed to find a 218 slug anywhere on any of my sheets in any fucking split. Things just don't run that bad. This Cleveland offense is completely unpalatable. The Minnesota offense has made mincemeat out of righties. Maybe they've come back to earth a little bit the last week. Not really. 137 WRC plus. Tons of hard hit balls. They're not chasing. Again, I think Ciccone is effed in the A. Twins bullpen has been the big issue. However, last 2 weeks kind of cleaning up a little bit. This Yoendris Gomez has been good for them. That's been one of the best fantasy ads I've made. I jumped into second place in my auction championship. We're in the top 150 overall. Last I checked, but it fucking sucks. I'm chasing my boy Zach. I want Zach to win the overall. It just sucks when you're in an overall competition in fantasy and the guy in your league just happens to be, he's in 5th overall. So he's a mile in front of me. But we're putting on a show, and I want to close out strong. Show everybody that I know what the fuck I'm talking about. So yeah, give me Prelip and the fucking Twins to win this one. Funny, this one, I think I do. I feel strong about all these for wins. I think as I kind of digest them all, yes, I think the Reds win. And yes, I think the Twins win. If the Twins hangs around minus 130, though, excuse me, you could play that one straight. I'll normally go up to 135 minus 138 before I'm looking to pair. So we're going to have an interesting ticket. We're going to have a nice, thick, girthy, veiny ticket. Next up, my boy Jake Bennett on the Red Sox. It was another big slam dunk on the Athletic waiver wire article. Bennett's on the road for the Red Sox. They're even money on the road against my boy Davis Martin and the Pale Hose at the crib, wrong side of the tracks in the Windy City, minus 122 for the home squad. Yeah, not to bury the lead. I got Boston winning this one as a dog. I'm not expecting a lot of scoring. Runs definitely at a premium. I would have loved to get this at 8.5. This was the game that when it. Oh, you know what? It might be out there. When it got posted, I'm doing this that meme with the guy behind the tree, the black dude behind the trees poking, just kind of looking. I was hoping that we were going to get a 4.5. I was put on this earth to bet this game under 4.5 first 5. We did get to Cleveland, Minnesota, even with 2 earned runs. I was so fucking bitter. I was so bitter. I was so bitter. Yeah, totals are hard. That's why they're listed at minus 110 both ways. They're very, very difficult. But it is 8-4. I don't like to go under the 4, though. I don't think it busts. It could push, but I don't think it busts. Just a quick look. So, Bennett's been great. He's been great. And I was questioning the Bayo demotion after him performing so well as a follower. I just got some really bad news. Oh boy. Okay. Yeah, Bennett's been great. Kind of doing everything that we want. Sorry, I gotta get back on track. Yeah, he's been great. And we love him. Martin was great out of the box, and he's kind of slowed down a bit since. I remember seeing something that I really liked. It might have been the home stuff. He's been unhittable at home. Sub one, home ERA, sub one whip, 21.5, KBB for Martin. So it is going to be hard to look for, offense. I think the White Sox are easily the better offense as well. You could see that last 14, I'd imagine. Well, last 7 is actually a huge flip. Where the Boston's actually hitting. And I guess White Sox versus lefties, I thought I had been good. But there had been power. Not so much the worry in Bennett's game. I'm sorry, I'm really fucked. I gotta get out of here. Yeah, I'm on the under. I got like Boston in the under. Sorry guys, I'm trying to re-rack my brain. Okay, Kyle Harrison and the Brewers are on the road. They're minus 143 favorites against Michael McGreevy and the Cardinals. I thought when I printed this one, I really thought we'd have Milwaukee as a runaway. Like, I thought this would be one of the games. Like, oh man, we're going to be pairing the Brewers. And while I have them on the win, the Algo is giving me a fucking nudge. And again, if we're going to lead into the strengths, I'm not sure I want to be IK being the model right now. It's been kind of showing its mettle. So, like, Harrison's been great. Definitely doing his worst pitching on the road. We see him get touched up a little bit last 30, but all the underpinning stuff is good. McGreevy's surface stuff is good, but the underpinning stuff is bad. Again, I thought we were going to run away, but he's been very good at home also. Right? He's been really good at home. And the Brewers have the emoji. It's McGill, Uribe, and Ashby. And I think that was the beef. So I think as much as we probably still like Brewers first 5, not even. Not even. I'm surprised. I'm frankly, I'm not even really sure what to make of this. I guess the Cardinals have hit lefties, and that's kind of a neutralizing factor. The Brewers have hit righties. I kind of disagree with the model. The Brewers pen definitely showing some signs of wear, and they do have the emoji, so you got to worry for a full one. I got to take a deeper look. Again, even with a quick glance in my distracted state right now, I feel like Milwaukee gets this one. But again, the model just giving us the nudge of like this could be the bad chalk that we're worried about. Next up, I gotta go, man. Walbert Urania and the Angels 135 dog against Mackenzie Gore and the Rangers, man. I really like Gore because I love to pitch him at home. He's fucking excellent in that building. I don't know if I could get beyond a minus 163 in that offense. I think that's the part that I'm really struggling with. You could really pick on the Angels offense. That's the thing. They suck so fucking bad. I think my play for this, we don't do a lot of strikeout props, if any, but I think that's the way that I'd like to get it. Or maybe this is another good case for Mackenzie Gore to record a win, where you probably get much better odds on it than. I just don't think I could back this fucking Rangers team right now is constituted. They're missing everybody. They're not really doing shit. They fucking chase a ton. And Urania is kind of interesting. Again, it's the walks. If he's putting guys on, he gets himself into trouble. But with all the weak hit ground balls, 54 ground ball, 27 hard hit, 5 home runs in 77 innings. You could see this guy even walk, double play, ground ball out. Walk, double play, ground ball out. That's why we've seen Urania at points just fucking hum. He's been good. At home, he's been good the last 30 days. He's not a gas can. Right? I think some people might try and LOL Urania. You could easily see where Mackenzie Gore's style of pitching, where he can be wild sometimes and then, give up home runs here and there. That has been in check. For me, it's the Gore at home is the thing I want to be attached to. And again, he's been good last 30 also. I think Mackenzie Gore is a good pitcher. It's just him and the Jesus Lizard, when they fail, the fail point, the floor is like 9 earned. So I've got Texas for a win, but I'm not paying the tax. Next up, whatever, we can pass through this one. Gabriel Hughes making his debut for the Rockies against the Dodgers and Roki Sasaki. I think you bet the Rockies here. Sasaki's shown he's just okay. The Rockies have shown they can hit. This is where you want to get after the Dodgers, right? And where you're still getting love on the price. I'm going to check the F5, right? No need to challenge the full game here. Maybe Hughes will be decent. He's also debuted before. I know I put up his AAA stats, but he's debuted. I didn't want to put up 3. I hate putting up 3 innings worth of shit. But he's got really good stuff. And again, I'm not crazy about Sasaki. So if you're not buying what I'm selling, maybe you go to the over. But Rocky's getting plus 1.5. First 5 minus 145. That was on MGM. My bookie doesn't usually do that. They have the standard plus half run, but it's plus 125. Plus 125 to play to a tie is a really good price. I'm taking that. I'm going to take that. And fucking let the chips fall where they may. Hold on, everybody. Just 1 second. Hold on. I'm sorry, everybody. Please. Jose Cabrera. Oh, sorry. Before we get into the last game, just really quick, there's a jillion comments. I love you all, deeply from the bottom of my heart. It's all the usual suspects and all the people that I think about how I can make your life a little bit easier and save you a little bit more time, maybe put a fucking smile on your face and help you learn something. Yeah, so sign up to the Substack. Don't be a cheap bitch. Last game. Jose Cabrera, who I liked. I think this could be the end of the road. Although we've come to the end of the road. Yeah, Cabrera may not be ready. Yeah, because he's been getting torched. And I chased it, and now you got to get away from it. I'm not going to keep banging my head into the fucking floor looking for the same result. Michael King has been fantastic. What is the line of this? I'm sorry. I'm so distracted right now. I'm really sorry, everybody. What the hell did I just do? I did something stupid. Hold on 1 second. I'm not myself right now. Oh, I did it. I just did this wrong. Okay. Hold on. Let me get a price on the Padres because I think I would love to skip past this, but I think they're going to be part of our betting plan today. It's 1.8 plus 118 minus 145. Hold on. I got this. Oh, you motherfucker, yo. Yeah, so, I mean, this is like this is another just, I feel weird about these games that, right, it's unlike me to be saying, hey, Mr. Sportsbook, you should be taxing us more on these favorites. It feels like a fucking trap. Maybe the answer today, maybe we'll do some I don't do that often. Some round robins, maybe? But you take sets of 3 if anyone is unfamiliar. Now, the problem with that is if my math is correct. All right, let me stop being so distracted. A round robin, first of all, is when you have sets of 3 that you don't want to straight parlay, and you do them in 3 pairs. A plus B, B plus C, A plus C, right? 1 and 2, 2 and 3, 1 and 3. Okay? 3 unique bets. However, the biggest fucking mistake you can make with any time you're blend betting, ladder betting, any of these, fucking multi-step betting, I don't know what the fuck it's called. Any of them. The stupidest thing you could do is put yourself in a position mathematically to hit a bet and have it be a loser. Like, people actually do this. I like K ladder would be one. Mine is reception ladder. I'm not a big K ladder. I love we have crushed on reception ladders before. But anyway, strikeouts is what I'm saying. 5 strikeouts, 6 strikeouts, 7 strikeouts, 8. Okay, you want to get all the way up to 8. You don't want to over leverage. You can't put a unit on every one. So I like to take my standard bet and split it. The thing is, generally, the base rung, right, the lowest rung you're betting, that's the key. If it's a real baseline, it's got juice. So creating a step bet where the bottom rung still makes the whole thing profitable is difficult. you got to twist the nips. You got to play with the fucking pricing and shit. Or eliminate the bottom rung, right? In strikeouts, it's the 5 or the 6, and start with the 7, 8, 9. We say, all right, I got to get to the, and then look for the progressive hit. It can be really difficult. That's why I like tight end receptions, where the base hit is like a plus 200, like 3 grams for plus 200, and then we go all the way up the fucking ladder. It becomes more difficult in strikeouts where the base prop might be minus 165. You're not going to be able to get that. And the second one might be like plus 115. It's also hard to get that. A little more easier to construct. So again, you could, back to the round robins. The problem with money line round robins for baseball, I think the number has to be minus 130 in order to work. I'm going to double check it again today. It's been a long time since I've done that. But I'll make sure that I don't lead us to the fucking slaughter with that, right? So but there's 1,000 ways to skin a cat without scratching its asshole. Let's just talk about the blend bet really quick before we get out of here. Shout out to everybody. The fucking, you people are so nice, man. Of course, Jeff, did that say, put your sorries in the sack?
Doesn't work for me, brother.
My boy. Yo. Some of you guys I actually feel really, really close to, man. It's funny. So to the blend bet, because I've been getting a lot of questions, but like positive feedback, and there's some kind of feedback that I just can't ignore. They're like, dude, like you set the brush fire off. Anybody can make fucking picks, right? The Jiggle Queen is out there, the chief jiggling officer, and the Filter Queen, and the fucking, bowl cut from fucking Amish County is fucking making picks. Every fucking know-nothing idiot's making fucking picks. The difference between us and them, besides about 50 fucking points of IQ, right, is the structure of the risk management. This is what separates my work and my teaching from the idiots and the ninnies and the mouth-breathing fucking know-nothings. Okay? Can't just think the process. There's a fucking actual process. Tie your units to fucking stack, because that will help you build a daily allotment and avoid the road to ruin. Okay? Motherfuckers. Right there, that shit was worth the $88 for the year right off the bat. Idea being, it's the methodological approach and the execution rooted right in probabilistic outcomes. I swear I'm not always sounding this smart. Again, that separates the wheat from the chaff. The fucking Spartans from the fucking idiots.
What is your profession?
It's understanding, right, that when we put ourselves in a strong spot with the model and the math done, let it play out over time. But execution is a big thing, because there really isn't like a right answer. Forever and ever and ever, the fucking quants, I don't want to kill him, but like Fez does this. And I've talked to him, and like I've disagreed with him, and he's disagreed with me back. So I'm not dragging him. I think he's super sharp, right? He understands at least that shit totally. But he'll always say, the idiots out there pairing money lines. Oh, the idiots out there pairing fucking juice lines. And my argument has always been fucking simple. Give me any 2 favorites, which by definition you have to pay juice on. If you're playing 2 of them at an equal flat play, whether it's betting a unit straight or to win a unit outright, either way, you need to win them both in order to profit. I would imagine his argument and the quant's argument is, if you've determined edge, leave it at that and let it play out. Fine. That's their argument. I tend to look at it more from an immediate, I don't mean to say, it's not instant gratification so much as a more immediate grading system, right? When you're trading derivatives and high leverage cash operations, which I kind of equate this to, you can't just fucking run amok. It'll play out all over time. We're going to be taking massive fucking losses on juice. I'd rather, right? So if I need to hit both to profit, then why not pair both to profit? If your pushback is the risk, well, we could dial down the risk. So I've always preached pairing money lines at a decreased risk, right? Step 1. The blend bet was really the next part that really kind of opened up my fucking mind. Whoa, man. And again, it's not the process. It's our fucking process. It is a finely tuned fucking machine. You know what I'm saying? This fucking industry could just lick my ass, yo. They're the worst. Same idea. Let's use half unit straight because it'll make the math easier for me without looking like an idiot. Same example. We have two favorites that we like. They're both listed at minus money. They're both listed at plus money for the run line. Right now, we're going to incorporate run lines into the blend bet. One full unit was half unit on each, right? Again, the math works the same on two. I don't want to fuck up the numbers. I want to make sure I'm feeling very focused right now. That's a unit. Half unit is a unit. We're going to go the other route. We're going to blend into three separate bets. 0.3333333, right? 3 times. One is the paired money line that we spoke about. The second, run line 1. The third, run line 2. You could see all the back doors now built in that you don't get in the other one. Because if you're paying juice on the money line, you weren't getting paid off if you covered. But you didn't have it built in to risk to cover that. We have that accounted for now, where we have strong handicaps that we allow for progressive payouts. And then in the case where they both win by fucking 2 runs, you deal a blackjack, you fucking killed. So like to me, that's the way I want to be attacking these. What has been the problem for me? When we run into so many of them, I'm like, now I'm at the next part of how do I decide? You want to know how I decide? You want to hear the stupidest fucking thing? I like to play them in the same fucking slate. That has nothing to do with anything. That is the stupidest, most arbitrary thing. Just because I don't want to like wait, I guess. I don't know. I honestly don't know. There's no rhyme and reason. I thought about playing into the model score, right? The strongest or the weakest. But I've spent so many years trying to teach people not to read the moving averages algorithm on decimal points. You had them to win 0.0008 more. That's not how this fucking works. You can't score a fraction of a run. You know? It's all right. Hopefully everybody fucking learned something here. I gotta get going. Man. Pray for Big Pops, man. Yo, my dad, we love you, brother. And I'm gonna come see you in just a few. I'm gonna call you and start bothering you in about fucking 30 seconds, man. No, we are praying for the big guy, senior. All right, that'll do it. Thank you for picking up what I'm putting down. If you can find it in your heart to support the work, please do that. There's tons of football shit. I just dropped a live stream of a draft yesterday, and you know me. It's fucking 45 minutes of straight fucking info, man, because there's a lot going on. We're bucking the system right now. We're not in line with big fantasy football, and I think that's a huge opportunity to make a lot of money. So check out the football stuff as well. Sign up. There's samples of everything on the Substack, and I'll see you soon, yo. Enjoy the games. Enjoy the day. When we're done with the book, enjoy the pay. And remember, when you work this hard, winning feels a lot less like luck, yo.